Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to do our class all about glutes. So again, we'll incorporate some of that pelvic floor work into it, but let's get started right away. So you're going to start laying on your back. We'll start with our breathing exercise again. So laying right down. You're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel those sides of the ribs expanding. And exhale, just drawing that belly button up and in, drawing those lower abs up and in. We're going to do another one like that. Inhale, feel the sides of the ribs expand. Exhale, drawing those lower abs up and in. Again, remember that 30% contraction. That's what you're going to use throughout every exercise. And then from here, let's do a couple pelvic tilts. If you want to have your hands on your hips, you're going to arch your back away from the mat. And then exhale, just gently press the lower back down. A couple more like this, just mobilizing that pelvis, using your core muscles to do this movement, just back and forth here. Then let's come to a neutral spine, so there'll be a little bit of space between your lower back and the mat. And then we'll do a couple breaths for our pelvic floor. So nice deep breath in, feel the belly rise, feel that flower bloom, and then exhale, just relax. One more like that. Inhale, feeling the lower belly rise, relaxing the pelvic floor, imagining that flower's blooming, and then relax. Now we'll do our Kegel exercises. So inhale, prepare, exhale, drawing that lower back up and in, drawing those blueberries or that, picking up that Kleenex and bringing it up and in, and then setting it down. And again, exhale, drawing it up and in, picking up the blueberries, and then setting them down. Nice. So from here, you can engage the core. You're going to squeeze your bum. If you want to draw those blueberries up and in, you can. You're going to press into your heels, and we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling. So we're starting out with our glutes, because today's going to be all about glutes. And then bring the hips back down. So we're going to squeeze your bum, exhale, press up into your glute bridge, and then release down. So you're hinging at the hips, lifting the hips up, and then releasing them down. If you want to make it more challenging, you can lift those arms up towards the ceiling here, squeezing your bum, pressing into your heels. We're really going to think about those glutes today. And then let's come up and hold this next one up. So keep the legs long, point the knees towards the wall in front of you here. And then from here, let's keep the legs or the toes pointed forwards. You're going to see if you can just lift one hip bone a little bit higher than the other one, rotating back and forth here with the hips. Good. So you want to feel one bum cheek working a little bit more than the other. If you even want to reach one arm a little bit closer towards the ceiling, you can as you go back and forth here. And then let's level the hips out. You're going to open and close those knees. Just back and forth here, keeping the hips nice and high, really thinking about those glutes working, keeping your hips level, and then let's keep the legs open, drop the hips down, and then you're gonna lift them up and close the knees. So we've definitely seen this one before, but it's a good one. So let's open the hips, open the knees, drop the hips, and then you're gonna lift them back up, squeeze the knees back together. Drop and then lift, open and then close. Let's do a couple more here for 4. Good. 3. You can exhale to lift. 2 and 1. So stay up and high in this glute bridge here, and then you're just going to turn your toes out to the side. So if you want to keep your heels a little further apart, you can. And from here, you're going to try to reach one hip bone higher than the other. Going back and forth here, squeezing one bum cheek a little bit more than the other, keeping your core engaged. Good. And then let's level the hips out. You're going to open and close those knees. So you're going to feel this a lot more on the inner thighs here with the toes turned out. Really feeling those hamstrings starting to fire up. Good. Last 2. And then let's draw the knees back to center. And we're gonna open them out to the side, drop the hips down, lift them back up, and squeeze the knees back together. So you're opening, dropping, and then lifting and squeezing. Let's do a few more just like this. Opening and dropping, lifting and squeezing. Last 2, good, and last 1. Nice. Now let's walk those toes together. So you're gonna bring your knees are gonna be a little bit closer together. Your big toes are gonna be pointed towards each other. So you should really feel the inner thighs here really firing up. If this is getting too challenging, just keep your hands down towards the mat or on the mat. And then from here, you're gonna lift one hip bone a little bit higher than the other. Again, really feeling the backs of the legs here working. This one you should feel like you're on fire. Keep going, guys, we're almost done, I promise. Back and forth, level the hips out. You're gonna open and close those knees. So big toes are still pointed towards each other. You're just opening and closing the knees here. Really feeling those inner thighs firing up. Let's hold the knees open. You're gonna drop the hips down and then exhale, lift, close the legs. Open, drop, and then exhale, lift and squeeze. Nice. If you do not feel your inner thighs burning, I don't know how else to make this harder because this one is killer. Let's go to a couple more times here, opening and closing. Last 3, 2, oh my gosh, last 1. Let's close the legs, straighten out the feet, and then slowly roll all the way down. Let's bring those knees in for a nice hug here. Or if you want to roll back side to side, you can. Nice work. And then let's roll ourselves up to a seated position here. And then we're going to cross our legs and then just come in onto all fours. Whew. So we'll do a couple cat and cows here just to kind of stretch out those inner thighs a little bit. You're gonna round your back up towards the ceiling and then look forwards. Let your tailbone kind of spread apart here. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and exhale, round. Getting nice and long through your back. Look towards your knees and inhale, look forwards. Belly gets nice and long here. You're gonna exhale one more time, rounding towards your knees. And then inhale. You can think about that flower blooming here. All right, let's come on to all fours. We're already on all fours. We're gonna come to a flat back. And then we're gonna take this right leg and you're just gonna open, so keep the knees bent and you're just gonna open that knee to the side. So we're gonna do an exercise called fire hydrants here. So we open and close that right leg out to the side. Try to keep your hips still square to the mat, your ribs still square to the mat. Feeling that side of your bum really working here. Nice, you can exhale as you lift. Good job. You should start to feel this pretty soon. We're gonna do a couple more. Guys, they're awesome. Just imagine you're peeing on a fire hydrant here. And then let's hold the leg up. You're gonna straighten that leg out and then bend the knee. Straighten the leg and bend the knee. Nice. Just straightening and bending for 4, 3, 2, oh my gosh, you guys can do it. And then let's lift and lower that leg up and down here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's bring it back under. Sit back and do a child's pose here. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, relax. And we're gonna come up and do that on the other side. So hands right underneath the shoulders again. Neutral spine, belly button and ribs come up and in. You're gonna take that left leg out to the side, keeping the knee bent and just opening and closing. So imagine you're peeing on a fire hydrant, if you do that, which I hope you don't. And you're just gonna keep opening and closing here. Side of the bum is definitely working. Keeping those hips and ribs square to the mat. Let's hold the knee open. You're gonna straighten the leg, bend the knee. Straighten the leg and bend the knee. Good. Just doing a couple more here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, you guys can do it. Hold it here. You're gonna lift the leg and lower. Lift and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring the knee back under. Sit back into a child's pose, just stretching out that bum. Enjoying this relaxing moment. You guys are working so hard. And then from here, we're gonna roll onto our side. So let's start laying on our left side so our right leg is up. You're gonna make sure you're in a straight line. So your shoulder is gonna be in line with your hips. Your feet are in line with those hips. Keeping your feet glued together for the first few. You're just gonna open and close the top leg. Exhale to open, inhale to close. Keeping the belly button drawn up and in. Good. And then from here, let's keep the leg closed, and you're just gonna open the foot and then open the knee. Open the foot to the ceiling and then open the knee. So you're just kind of twisting back and forth here. Good job. Feeling your hip bone kind of, or your leg bone kind of moving in your hip socket as you do this. Trying not to let any other part move in your pelvis. Good, and then let's bring the leg to parallel. You're gonna drop the knee down and draw a nice big circle here with the leg. Dropping the knee down and drawing a big circle. So imagine you're drawing that circle with your knee here, going forwards. Nice. And then let's do it the opposite way. So you're gonna send the leg back and then drawing a nice big circle in the other direction. If you wanna keep your foot flexed here, you can. Really feeling that side of your bum working. Good, we're gonna do just a few more. And then hold the leg up here. You're gonna open that knee and then close. Open the knee and close. So this is kind of like that elevated clamshell. And it is hard. So don't worry guys, you can do it. We're only gonna do a few more here for 3, 2, last one. Keep the leg straight. You're gonna straighten the leg and then bend the knee. Straighten the leg and bend the knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold the leg straight, lift it up a little higher, little pulses up towards the ceiling here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, get nice and long, keep lifting it nice and high, and then you can release it all the way down. Let's roll onto our bellies. Hands are gonna be straight out in front of you. Legs are gonna be a little bit wider than hips distance. Nose is pointed towards the mat. You're gonna squeeze your bum. Try to lift one leg up, release, and then exhale, squeeze and lift the other leg. Good, going back and forth. Your nose is pointed towards the mat here. You're alternating legs, and then let's see if we can add the opposite arm lifting as well. You're gonna lift one arm with the opposite leg. So almost imagine like you were swimming here, going back and forth. Good, just lifting your upper back a little bit as your arms come up. And then let's hold one side up. Little pulses up towards the ceiling, using your bum in the back of your shoulder. And then let's see if we can lift the other side up. And we're gonna do little swims here. So alternating opposite leg and arm. Just imagine like you're doing a little flutter kick on your belly. You're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, get nice and long, squeezing your bum. And then relax all the way down. Nice work. Good job. Let's press back into a quick little child's pose just to stretch out the back. Getting nice and long here through your back. And then we're gonna slide onto our other side. So laying on the other side, getting yourself lined up here. Heels are in line with your hips, and then your hips are in line with your shoulder and your head. Making sure your top leg doesn't roll back. We're starting with the clamshells, just opening and closing the leg here. Good job. Keep the core engaged. Really feeling that side bum working. And then from here, we're gonna just open the foot and then open the knee. You're gonna open the foot out to the side and then open the knee. Good, so going back and forth, foot and then the knee. Feeling your leg bone just rotating in that hip socket while still working that side bum. Good job. Let's do a few more like this. And then we're gonna level the hip or the leg out, bring the knee down. We're gonna draw nice big circles here, coming down first and then circling around, making sure to keep that bottom leg anchored into the mat, trying not to let your hips roll back and forth. Let's reverse the direction. So you're gonna go back first and then open around. Going back and then opening around. So you're opening up as you come up and then you're closing as you come down. Good job. Last two. And then we're gonna hold it here, open the knee, close the knee. Open the knee and close. These elevated clamshells. Your bums should start to feel this working now. And let's do a couple more just to make sure. And then let's hold the leg. You're gonna straighten and then bend. Straighten and bend. Nice. Let's do 4, 3, 2, hold it here, little lifts up towards the ceiling. Nice, getting nice and long. You guys are almost there. Little lifts for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and then you can release it down. Perfect. All right, we're gonna come back onto all fours again. So coming onto hands and knees, making sure your hands are right underneath your hips. This time you're gonna step back into a high plank. So stepping one leg back and then the other leg back into this high plank position. From here, you're gonna engage that core. You're gonna exhale, see if you can just lift and float one leg and then place it down. And exhale, lift and float the other leg and place it down. So squeeze your bum, lift the leg, placing it down. Other side, don't worry, we just have one more on each side. Lift and then place down. Last one, lift and place down. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. You can press back into a downward facing dog here, getting a nice stretch through the backs of your legs. And then let's bring the right knee in. You're gonna place it down for pigeon stretch. Bringing one elbow or one knee towards, so your right knee towards your right wrist, coming right down onto your elbows if that feels good for you. And just taking a couple good deep breaths here. You wanna feel this hip melt towards the mat, especially as you exhale. Again, here you can be very soft and passive. If you want to think about those flower bloom breaths as you take your inhale, you can. And then one more exhale. Let's bring the hands right underneath the shoulders again. You're gonna step back into that downward facing dog, and we're just gonna switch to the other side. So left knee towards the left wrist, straightening that back leg out, coming right down onto the elbows, relaxing down. Again, think about melting that left hip towards the mat. Nice deep breath in here. If you want to think about that flower bloom breath again. And then exhale, let's come up. And then we're just going to come up into that downward facing dog. Let's walk your feet up towards your hands. And we're gonna come into a nice low squat here. So walk your feet out. This is our last stretch for today. This one's really great to stretch those inner thighs. If you can't get your feet flat, that's okay. You can lean forwards. Just bring your hands together to press your hips apart here. You're gonna take a nice deep breath in. This is where you really wanna work on that flower bloom breath. Just relaxing the pelvic floor here. And then exhale. One more like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Nice. Good. Let's bring the hands down. You can come right down onto your knees if you want to cross your ankles. Let's roll those shoulders back. You guys are all finished. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.